Hello, my friends. How are y'all doing out there today? I hope that you are doing well. But most importantly, by doing this video, I hope that I can spare you from sitting through a nonsensical Donald Trump press conference where he boasts about this massive new trade deal that he has made with the UK. Because what Donald Trump actually did today is what Donald Trump always does. Creates a problem, claims that he is the solution to that problem, brings us a solution that doesn't do anything and doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and then proceeds to take a victory lap about what a great negotiator he is. So Donald Trump basically has done nothing for America today, and he is celebrating it. But more importantly than that, Howard Nutlick has definitely earned that nickname today, as Howard Nutlick spent at least a good 30 seconds gushing over how amazing Donald Trump is, saying that these kind of trade deals can take months to figure out, but not when you're sitting next to the greatest negotiator in the world. It only took Donald Trump a few days, and we have got a great trade deal in front of us, and that was cringy as hell to watch. I don't use the word cringy, my friends, but that was the only one I could think of for what Howard Nutlick was doing today. So Donald Trump has been hinting at this massive trade deal that he was coming up with after Donald Trump has plunged America basically to the edge of recession at this point, if not depression. He has decided he is going to throw us a bone and fix all the problems that he created. You remember at the end of yesterday's video how I predicted that Donald Trump might be crashing all this just so he can artificially inflate the numbers? That's one of the reasons he might be doing it. He might be a Russian asset. He might just really hate America. But one theory I've had is that he's crashing everything on purpose so that when he does fix it by putting things back the way they were before he fucked them up, then he can take credit for the huge numbers of job gains under Donald Trump's watch, because we know he doesn't actually have any kind of plan. So why not fuck everything up first and then talk about how great you're doing? So anyways, Donald Trump comes out with this big announcement talking about his deal that he's made with the UK, which amounts to basically absolutely fucking nothing. But it was shocking, my friends. Does anyone else get bothered by this? Here's a thing that really bothers me when I listen to Donald Trump, is when I do listen to him talk, I can actually understand why millions of dumb sons of bitches fall for the bullshit that comes out of his mouth. When he's talking, he is extremely manipulative, and you start to feel like this sense of comfort, like, oh my God, this is the guy that's going to fix everything. It's the step where that people leave out is like he's completely full of shit, and it's the things he does that causes the problems he's claiming to fix in the first place. But it fucks with my head a little bit, because I'll listen to him talk, I'm like, this dude ain't so bad, and then I snap out of it and go, oh yeah, he's the one that started all this bullshit in the first place. So Donald Trump, anyways, back to the art of the deal here, has announced his trade deal with UK, and it's not real. That's the first thing we need to understand about this. For one, the main premise of the deal is that it is 10% tariffs, and I don't know on which country. It could be on both, freight going each way, but it gets us right back to 10% tariffs. And Donald Trump had said that he was putting tariffs on countries for the purpose of making them come to the table and make a deal with America that is beneficial to Americans, that apparently brings manufacturing back. I don't fucking know, guys. I don't understand where he comes up with this shit either. But basically, he makes this big deal about the deal that's happening, and the entire premise is it's just tariffs. That's the whole fucking thing. But the deal is not real for another reason. None of this shit that Donald Trump does with tariffs is legal at all. A president is not allowed to just put tariffs on other countries. He's using some emergency declaration, emergency thing, saying fentanyl, and that's why he always says immigrants, fentanyl, gangs, things like that when he talks about tariffs, because then the bootlicking Republicans have no choice but to fall in line and say he's doing it for emergency purposes, and he's not. that's not what's happening. Presidents aren't allowed to just throw tariffs on other countries, but it also has to go through Congress, and that has not happened. So the weird thing about this deal is it doesn't actually fucking exist. It's not a real thing. Why the UK is going along with it and be like, hell yeah, Donald, I'm glad we made a good deal here, I don't fucking know. And maybe because they may understand things more than I do. If you can tell Donald Trump that you made a deal with him, that may be good enough. You don't actually have to do anything. You just tell him, hell yeah, Donald, you gave us a good shellac in there. You really tore us up on that negotiation. My God, what a deal maker you are. And then it's good, because all you have to do with Donald Trump is feed his ego. So that's the only reason I can come up with for why Donald Trump, or why the UK is going along with this. I think that what is happening here is Donald Trump's presidency so far has been such a monumental fucking failure that he is looking for any kind of off-ramp, any kind of way out of the situation that he's caused. So if he can get other world leaders to just go along with him and say, hey, we made a deal, right? You know, we made a deal, didn't we? Then they'll say, yeah, of course we made a deal. And it gets Donald Trump to stop doing his crazy shit for a little while with that country. But Donald Trump is in over his fucking head on this whole tariff thing, and he doesn't know how to get out of it. He can't say that he lost. He can't say that he made poor decisions. He can't do any of that because he's got a massive fucking ego. So he can't do all of that. He's got to convince other world leaders to come together and say that there was a deal made. And even these other world leaders must know that that's not the official process for making a trade deal. They're just trying to get him to shut the fuck up. Now, the trade with UK is equal to 3% of our trade. If you're not sure what I mean by that, which a lot of you are, but there's a lot of MAGA watching, and they're a little bit slow, my friends. I'm trying to help them along, and that's why I'm going to tell them it's a drop in the fucking bucket. It's almost fucking meaningless. Sure, we need trade deals to come back. We need trade to come back. Do you know why we need trade to come back? Because Donald Trump is single-handedly right now putting millions of Americans out of work at the ports, truckers coming soon, everybody involved in the supply chain, which is just about fucking everyone, is getting fired right now. There are literally people losing their jobs. And Donald Trump has to fix this because his poll numbers are sinking fucking fast because he's doing dumb shit. And we don't like that very much, do we? Well, some Americans really like that. They vote for it, as a matter of fact. It's weird, isn't it? But he is looking for any way possible to backtrack on these tariffs while saying that he won. So it wouldn't surprise me in the least to see quite a few deals announced maybe before I release this video. If not, within the next week or two, all these deals will have been made. And they're all bullshit. But I wanted to talk just a minute on the job loss thing. Because Donald Trump, he was being asked about all the truckers and dock workers and everything that are losing their jobs right now. A reporter started asking him about it, and Donald Trump goes, well, that means that we just don't have a trade deficit anymore, and that's a good thing. So I want working class America to start fucking paying attention to this guy, for fuck's sake, because when Donald Trump was asked today about the dock workers, the truckers, and any other people that will be losing their jobs because of Donald Trump's tariffs, Donald Trump said that's a good thing. This is the president that wants to ration your dolls and ration your pencils, has said that Americans losing their jobs is a good thing. Don't believe me? Go watch the fucking press conference, because he 100% said that's a good thing. He tried to justify it behind this whole trade deficit thing that he doesn't fucking understand, because if you remember, I think it was just yesterday, Donald Trump said that we're not losing millions or billions or trillions of dollars per day now because we're not trading anything, because Donald Trump doesn't fucking understand trade deficits at all. All right? So this whole thing is fake. It hasn't gone through Congress, which means it doesn't actually exist. Are the bootlicking Republicans going to roll over and let him do it anyways? The answer is yes, but it's not actually fucking real. The deal gets us right back where we fucking started. It's not a real thing whatsoever, and nothing happened today here. And this is the thing that we need to be paying attention to right now, because I told you at the beginning of the video, sometimes I watch Donald Trump and I almost fall into it. Don't worry, my friends, I ain't going nowhere. But I almost, for a few minutes, kind of fall into this shit. And what he is doing right now is 100% manipulating Americans and trying to convince them that this is the art of the deal at work, while he accomplishes nothing. As a matter of fact, those tariffs, haven't looked it up, but are most likely worse than where we started at 10%. Because I did hear an economist on the news say that generally the tariff with the UK is 1%. But I'm just going off of what he said. That may or may not be true. But what Donald Trump is doing is he's looking for the way out of all of these tariffs, all the fucking financial ruin that he is causing in America, the supply chain that he has actually broken. It's broken, and he is trying to find a way out of that. Save face, say that he won, and we need world leaders that are not going to put up with that, that are not going to allow him to save his approval ratings because of the stupid shit that he's doing. And I think that China is the country that's going to do that, that's going to hold our feet to the fire. Canada probably will also, but China is not going to fuck around, I don't think, a little bit. And one final observation that I want to make on this is Donald Trump may have been involved in insider trading yet again today, because as we can tell by this video, right, my videos, they're the gospel, my friends. But as we can tell, Donald Trump's looking for that off ramp to get out of the tariff situation that he's gotten us all in. And during this press conference, he said, "Now's a good time to go buy stocks. You should be buying stocks." Remember, last time he did the exact same thing. If anything, that right there is the indicator that Donald Trump is going to let off of all the tariffs, or most of the tariffs, within the next coming days, as he has once again sent out that little message to the insiders that now is the time to buy stocks. And isn't that fucking crazy, my friends? This is the country that we live in. A criminal president doing starting completely illegal trade wars with other countries that is in no way or fashion authorized to do, unless it's an emergency, lying about the emergencies that are happening. And once again, the market reacted very positively to him today, because they are picking up what he's putting down, my friends. They are. It's a good time to go buy stocks. Look at me out here making deals on these tariffs that any reasonable person knows these are not actual real deals that are happening. Anyways, that's the video for today. Love you guys. Bye now.